Good morning, dear students. Myself Purushottam Patel. Today I will explain you exercise 3.3 of NCERT Maths for standard 7 from the chapter Data Handling. In this exercise, we will know about the bar graphs. How to conclude. We take out so many conclusions from a given bar graph. We will discuss about that. And in the exercise, I will explain you the sums one by one. Look at the first sum. The first sum is in the page number 72 in this book. The page number may vary in the other books. If you look at the bar graph given there, you will realize, see, I am making here one casual bar graph which has been drawn in your book, so that I could conclude the things from the bar graph. See here, how does the graph look here? It is given as 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And the number of pits are also given there. Here number of pairs are given, and here we will represent the names of the pair. Not the number of pairs, but number of students are given here, and name of the pet animals are given here. That means we need to write here students. Number of students we will write here. So if you go through the given graph, we realize that the graph of dog has been raised up to 8. This is the graph of dog. Similarly, the graph of cat has gone up to 10. Similarly, the graph of rabbit has gone up to only 2. So this is rabbit, and hamsters 5. So consider between 4 and 6 this point. Let me consider as 5. So this is hamster, and the last one is given others 3. So 3 will come up to this level. As I have drawn 2 a little bit longer, 2 must be shorter here, so that we could see. So 3 up to this point, and 3 students had kept others pet animal. However, the graph is not clarified. If you go through the graph thoroughly, see how only 2 questions are asked there. The first question that is asked, which is the most popular pet? Look at the graph. Which graph has raised the highest? This one has raised up to 10. So the most popular pet, cat, is the most popular pet. Most popular pet. And look at the second question. How many students have dog as pet? Of course, by looking at the graph, you can conclude that only 8 students, and the answer will be 8 students. In this way, you can conclude the various informations given from a bar graph. Look at the second sum now. In the second sum, number of books sold by a bookseller during the 5 consecutive 5 years are given there. We need to draw the bar graph. Bar graph is also not asked. I can see here only you have to answer the questions given there. Let us find out questions, because bar graph is already drawn there and you need to take out the conclusions only. And bar graph you will look in your book thoroughly, and conclusions I am taking out here. If you go through the book, you will realize in the first one, the question is about how many books were sold in 1989, 90 and 92. Very similarly as I had showed you in the previous bar graph, if you look thoroughly, the level of the bar graph drawn for the particularly for this 1989, 1990 and 1990, you will realize the graph of 1989 had gone higher than 150 but lower than 250, so we conclude that it is approx 175 and we consider it as 175. And number of books sold in first 1989, 175. Similarly in 1990, look at the graph, where is the level? You will realize it is it seems to be 475. Yeah, because more than 450 and less than 500, so approx 475 and so on. In the year 1992 also, see what is given there. The graph has gone higher than 200 and it not reached up to 250, so we consider it as 225. The first questions I have responded. Look at the second. In the second part, in which year were about 475 books sold? From this question also it is clarified. So in the year 1990 you can solve. In the third part, in which year were fewer than 250 books? Fewer than 250 we can get from here also, and if you go through the graph, if there is any year there also where you get the number is less than 250, then you will write up that. And in the fourth part of the sum, third and fourth verbally I am explaining. You are asked, can you explain how you would estimate the number of books sold in 1989? So only for the 4 number I am writing here as the graph of 1989 lies between 150 and 200. So we conclude it to be 175. We conclude it to be 175. Now, in this way, you can solve such type of sums. Come to the third number. In the 3 number sum, you need to draw the bar graph and some information is given. Number of students of 6 different classes are given there, and we need to find out some information after drawing the bar graph. So first thing we need to draw the bar graph. let me write up. Casually I am writing up the sum here. Class for the 3 number, the page was 73 in this book. And number of children. See, fifth, I am writing like this. However, in your book it is given in the words. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and last one is 10th. Number of students are also given there as 135, 120, 95, 100, 90 and 80. To draw the bar graph, two things are required. One thing is to be represented on one axis, that is class, and on another axis number of children. Consider this is the bar graph. Don't look at the perfection of the figures, only look at the conclusions I have been taking and the way I show you how to represent the sum. As the maximum marks can go up to, number of children has gone up to 135, and if you choose the scale of 10, then we need to write up 14 numbers here at least, so that we can reach up to 135, and 14 tens are 140, less than 140 is 135. So consider it as 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 and so on. Let me increase it. 100, 10, 120, 130 and at last consider at it is 140. And to draw the graph of standard fifth, come. The number of students 135, so graph will reach up to this. Consider this graph I take for the standard fifth. Between 130 and 140, 135. 135 will lie between 130 and 140 in middle. So we consider it to be here and drawn up. This was for standard fifth. Come to the sixth, it is 120 from the 120. However, the graph does not look straight. Sixth. Similarly, seventh up to 90. See, 100 is here and 90 here. In between 95, this will be seventh. Thereafter, this was 7th and 8th is 100. Yes. So 100. This is 8th, 9th up to 90 and so on. I need to increase this line as I had shown you. So this arrow will not be represented here. The arrow must be shown at the end of the line. In this way you can prepare your bar graph. And now look at the questions asked there. The first question is, how would you choose a scale? Of course, the figures are given as the multiple of 5 or 10. So to choose the scale of either 5 or 10 would be convenient, because a scale is multiple of 5 or 10. If we take the scale of 5 to represent 135, we need so many or not to say so many, very long line to represent very long axis. That's why we will use the scale of 10. So first part you will answer. We will take, we will consider 1 unit equal to 10 children. 1 unit equal to 10 children as shown in the scale, the first part. The second question is, this was A number, and in the B number 2 questions has been asked. In the B number first part is asked, which class has the maximum number of children and the minimum. Maximum, look at the graph. Fifth is having maximum. So maximum fifth and minimum, where do you get minimum? Of course it is 10th. In this way. And the second part, find the ratio of class 6 to the students of class 8. The ratio of 6 to 8 will be number of students of class 6 is to number of students of class 10, that is 120 is to 80. However, I am not writing up here, but while solving it, 120 is to 80, 6 to, no, it is 6 to 8 it has been asked. In the 800, yes, 120 is to 100 it will be. So 120 is to 100 will be reduced to the lowest term as 5, 26 is 120 and 25 is 100, and you will write it as 6 is to 5 at last. Finally, in this way you will solve the 3 number sum, and look at the 4 number sum. In the 4 number sum, we need to draw the bar graph, but this is different from the usual bar graph. The previous bar graphs were the single bar graph. This time we will draw double bar graph along with one bar graph, drawing another bar graph in order to compare both of the informations. See how do we draw the bar graph in the 4 number sum. One I will show you remaining, so of course you can draw yourself. In the 4 number, the marks of first semester and second semester exams of students for only 5 subjects are given there, and some questions are asked as the one graph we need to draw for the first term and one graph for the second term, that also simultaneously we have to represent. How do we represent? Very similar to previous one. We will draw up the axes. English, Hindi, Math, Science and Social Science, these are the subjects, and of course in the subjects marks maximum is 100, so take the scale of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, I have to go it longer, 90 and 100. If we write first the English here, then for the first term, see this is for the English, and for the English we need to draw 2 graphs. One will raise up to 67 for the first term, and second one raise up to 70. See 67. Assuming that this is 65, so a little bit higher than 65, it will be 67. And along with this side, keeping one line common, draw up another this is for the first term and this is for the second term. Another way to distinguish between them is, see, take the another case and I am showing you. Rather than writing here first and second, it's not clarified here. We can go for another option, that is differentiate between them. How? And along with scale. One unit equal to 10 marks. And another thing, first this plane graph is for first term and this symbol will represent the second term. These informations must be supplied at the top right corner of the graph paper. Then come to the another subject, that is Hindi 72 and 65. For Hindi 72, this line is 70, this point a little bit higher than 70. 72 for the first term, and if you go to the second term, it has gone down to 65. So it will raise up to this only once again. Distinguish between both of them by drawing lines, slashes. And maths 88, 95, 88 will raise up to this. 95 will also raise a little bit higher, and once again we need to put the slashes. For the science 81 and 85, once again for this was for English, second was for Hindi, this was for maths. It is maths. And fourth was science 81 and 85, 81 up to here. Similarly 85 little bit higher, and so on. Last one 73 and 75 is for social science. This was for science, and for the social science '73 will raise up to this point, and 75 a little bit higher. In this way you can draw the bar graphs. If you take your scale and draw in your notebooks, of course it will look more attractive, not like this, as I have got the larger board, so I could not draw it clearly. And after drawing the bar graph, you need to conclude some of the things from that question. That is, the first part is draw a double bar graph choosing an appropriate scale. What do you infer from the bar graph? What do you infer from the bar graph? We infer from the bar graph the performances of the students, whether it has been improved or not. So these questions you can answer yourself. And second part is, which part is Which sport is most popular? If you, right, this was another question. Second part here it is. First part also I could not see correctly. I think let me see the first part. The first part is, in which subject has the child improved his performance most? In which subject the performance is improved the most? So if performance improved most, that means the difference between both of the graph that must be higher. And if the second one, that is in the performance in the second term, has gone up, then only you can respond this question. Let me see in how many cases second portion is higher. In the first, second it is lower. In the second, in the third, and in the fourth. But if you go for the conclusion, you will realize that in English they had gone up by only 3 points. In Hindi the students had gone down. In the maths students had gone up by 7 points. Of course this one is higher. In the science also we can see it is only by 4 points, and in the social science also by 2 points. So which one is highest? In maths, for the first part you will write in maths. By how many marks? Of course by 7 marks. And then look at the second question. In which subject the improvement is least? In the maths it is highest. The least, here in the English we have got the difference of 3 marks. But if you look at the social science, here the difference is only 73 to 70, only 2 marks. So for the second part we will write social science. For the second, social science, and for the third, has the performance gone down in any subject? Of course, look at the graph. In which subject performance has gone down? In this subject, that is in Hindi. In this way you can respond the remaining questions. 5 and 6 number also. Try to do these two sums yourself. Yeah, one more advice I would like to give you, that is in the 6 number sum you will realize one table is given, table 3.1 at the beginning of this chapter only, where temperature of the cities are given. You will see that table 3.1 represents the temperature of Ahmedabad, Amritsar, and the difference is also given. That means 2 temperatures are given there. As we have drawn 2 bar graphs for all the subjects, very similarly you will go for the writing the temperatures also and take out the informations from the table 3.1 of this chapter first and solve it yourself. In the next class I will explain you exercise 3.4, that is probability also. Thank you.